All right, here with Jeff Mayweather. Jeff, this past weekend, had a fight out there in Texas. Gilberto Ramirez took out your guy Derek Edwards in a, just saying what it is, a one-sided a fight. Thoughts on Derek's performance? I know you didn't get to work with him a long time, so what do you think about how it went?
Well, I mean, I knew we was it was gonna be an uphill battle. Ramirez is a very good fighter. I mean, so there's no shame in losing to him. And I mean, Derek fought with his heart, but a lot of things that I seen that we could have done a lot better. I tried to force him to do it, but he just didn't do it, and he wouldn't let his hands go enough. And I think the guy would allow Derek to control the pace of the fight, because whenever Derek started jabbing, he would just go backwards, but I don't know, maybe he tasted Derek's power or something, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I mean, he was able to do what he's capable of doing, and we wasn't. So, of course, he won.
How difficult is it to work with somebody or to prepare them for a fight when you haven't worked with them very long, and they've got they're been boxing a long time, so obviously he's going to have a lot of habits that are going to be hard to break. So how difficult is that going there with a guy as talented as Ramirez?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a lot of times. I mean, a guy that has as many fights as Derek, some of the habits are bad, kind of hard to break. But I did as best I could, with that situation. But at the end of the day, I still don't think that it wasn't that bad. I mean, of course, it was a lopsided decision, but at the end of the day, I think Ramirez is a guy that probably one day will be world champion, and there's really no shame in losing to him. But then also, Derek's been in two tough fights back to back. He had the Badu Jack fight, which, of course, went his way. And then he had the Durrell fight, and then he had the Ramirez fight. So, I mean, losing to, any three of those guys isn't bad. That means he's been in tough. And maybe he needs a soft touch his next fight and to keep his career going, because, I mean, I think that he shows that, he can fight on that level.
The announcers were saying perhaps, the ref should consider stopping it. You, after the 8th round, I believe, told them, one more round like that, you were going to stop it. How close were you to throwing in the towel?
Very close. I was very close, because once I seen his head snapping back, at that point in time, you're not thinking so much about the fight. You start thinking about the fighter's health. And once that happened, a couple of times I said, let's see how he gets through this round, and he made it through the round, and he was okay. And the next round he came out and did a whole lot better. So, of course, I allowed the fight to continue.
As a former fighter, does that make it even more difficult for you to consider doing something like that, knowing that the fighter always wants to?
Yeah, I know the
fight.
Yeah, the fighter always wants to go out on his shield, but I'm not one of those guys. I'm a trainer who, this guy has kids, he has a wife, and at the end of the day, that's more important than a fight that's a lopsided fight which you're not winning anyway. And I mean, all we had was a puncher's chance.
Why did you ultimately decide to let him go?
Ultimately, I decided to let him go because the next 2 rounds, after I told him that I was going to stop it, he did much better.
What was he saying to you?
I mean, he didn't really say anything. He just, basically he wanted to be able to, respond to what I was saying, but he just couldn't.
So going forward, what do you need to work on with this guy, and how can you rebound from this?
I mean, I think that rebounding when it comes to Derek, I mean, because Derek's already 35 years old, so his window of opportunity is not that big. So we need to get Derek in a couple fights, not with the elite fighters. I mean, because you're talking about every fighter that he just fought was well ranked, and all those guys, every guy that he has fought has either fought for a world title Now one's world champion, and the other one is going to fight for a world title. So that being said, this guy been in tough. I mean, it's just time to give him, probably a weaker opposition and give him a chance to, feel like himself again, and hopefully pull off a win.
So you're gonna be able to put your style on him, you think, going forward? And that was the main thing they kept commenting on. We heard you in the corner, begging him basically to move his head. Obviously, old habits die hard.
Right.
So he didn't really move his head that much, and kind of, obviously paid for it.
No, definitely. But like I said, I mean, when you're in there with a top-notch fighter, that happens because this guy was throwing punches relentlessly, and and I mean, no matter where Derek moved, he was getting hit. So it was one of those situations in which, he was just in there with a tough guy, and like I said, I think that this guy may be champion one day. So at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, I think that the game plan is to at least give him a chance against a weaker opposition to see what he has, and the things that I've been teaching him, hopefully, can actually show up in the next fight, and maybe we can do better next time. I mean, the one thing is for certain is that he does have a win over a world champion, so that means that anything can happen.
All right.
All right, Jump.